Welcome to episode 1 of my 2025 Winter Arc series. Actually a lie, because I don't know if this is officially episode 1, but today we are going to be going through our rules because next week, Monday the 29th of September, my Winter Arc starts. And I want to get this video out ahead in time to inspire you to start yours with me on the same day so that we do the challenge together. The whole reason I'm going to be filming my whole Winter Arc diaries is because it helps me stay so consistent and accountable. Some people are calling it the Great Lock-In this year. I'm sticking to the Winter Arc, I just prefer that, but this is also my Great Lock-In of 2025. Now, to me, the Winter Arc, the Great Lock-In, is your final push towards the end of the year. You're also getting ahead of the new year, and also as you're going into winter, there's just something about discipline and consistency. Someone said last year, imagine, like black hoodie, hood up, headphones on, just like full focused, and that's your Winter Arc. Now I'm doing my Winter Arc for 10 weeks, so it's going to be the 29th of September to the 7th of December. I just think I'm not doing this until the end of the year. December can be a fun month, and that's what I'm choosing for it to be, even though I will keep a lot of these rules and habits throughout the whole of December. Also in this video, I'm going to be taking you through my rules through my Notion template that I've built for my Winter Arc. I just love tracking in Notion. I always find myself so much more accountable. Like, I filmed monthly resets in my Notion this whole year, apart from September. And what month have I not really been filling anything out in Notion? September, because I didn't build my monthly habit tracker and film my reset. So that is basically the whole reason as well I will be taking you along with my journey for the Winter Arc, because I am always so much more consistent when I film. So without further ado, I'm going to start screen sharing and let's look in my Winter Arc template and have a look at my rules. This is obviously how my setup looks, and I'm going to take you through at the end just a quick look at the template, give you a quick look through the template, so if you wanted to get it, you'll be able to see what it looks like when you first receive it, because it's obviously not going to be my exact setup because this is all filled out to me. I decided to go nice, simple and minimalistic, but it also has so much in without overcomplicating it. So we of course have a little countdown that starts Monday, because it's in 5 days will be our 10 weeks, and we have a Winter Arc vision board. Now we've got the weekly review and my rules. What you're all here for is obviously the rules. I've decided to go with 6 rules because I think that is what's going to help me stay consistent without putting too much on my plate, but they're good rules, and I just want to feel my best going into the end of the year. I'm not doing anything crazy in my Winter Arc. I obviously want to be locked in, and I just want to feel good and that I have my routines in place and stay consistent towards the end of the year. So we have wake up at 5:30 a.m. This ensures that I get to my gym for 6 o'clock when they first open, because that works best for my schedule, that I'm at the gym from 6 to like 8:30 depending on the day. But like throughout September and even August, I haven't been waking up early enough, which means I've had less productive workouts. Now, screen time. The goal is an hour and a half. I set this goal at the start of the year, but at the end of the year, well, I wanted to get my screen down to an hour and a half, which I think I'm on track for. Now, I have set my rule to be my screen time to be an hour and a half to an hour 45, because I don't want to feel like I failed it just because it's a little bit over, because like I said, it's more my goal towards the end of the year. So like coming to December, I would like to be averaging an hour and a half. 5 workouts per week, and I have a cardio goal of 1 hour. Outside of outside of that hour of cardio, I also want to be doing 12 steps daily, which I know is always doable because I always like to do an hour walk every morning, minimum. Now, speaking of minimum, I want to be getting 100 grams of protein, 20 grams of fiber minimum. Ideally, my goals are 120 grams of protein, 25 grams of fiber. But like I said, I don't want to set my goal and then fail it when I'm like just shy of it. But I know having that minimum amount, most of the time I'm going to be over, but as long as I'm getting that in. Skincare and vitamins daily. All I'm doing for vitamins at the moment, or like supplements, is vitamin C and D, magnesium, collagen. I swear by collagen. Now I think 3 times when I've like ran out and stopped taking it, my skin breaks out. And then the moment I'm consistently taking it again, like a week once it, I guess, gets in my system, my skin clears. So I'm gonna see if this like continues, but like this has been multiple times now that if I'm not taking my collagen, I break out. And my skin is looking quite good at the moment. And guys, I cannot wait for the new year for my sauna to be working again at the gym, because that is something I would probably include on here. My gym's been doing them up and it's gonna have like the whole area refurbed, which I'm so excited for because I love to do that on the weekends. I like observe like 5 workouts per week. It means on the weekends I'm just doing my steps at the gym, and then I can do like a whole little mini spa, because I think they're doing like a whole spa pool and stuff, which I'm so excited for. Anyway, so we're basically like prioritizing nutrition. We are making sure I get good workouts in. That is something like I've got put obviously 5 workouts. I want to make sure they're productive workouts, like that I'm getting in, I'm getting stuff done, because I don't want to be petering around. So I was saying, petering about the gym, just doing like little bits. Like I want to get good workouts in. They're my 6 rules. Not too much, but like a good amount. I am really happy with that. I know it would just make me feel good when I'm doing that without stressing myself out too much. If I did more, I know I'd just be stressing myself out, and that's like not the point. I just want to feel good in my routine the last part of the year. Okay, so exploring my Notion template a little bit more. We have broken down the rules a little bit in each of these pages. So I don't know if you just saw. So basically I went where that rule is and I press open. So I just sort of break down like how to make sure like I actually complete them. How can I do this? So like for example, my 5 a.m. one, I want to be in bed by 8, asleep by 9. I know that me just having that like hour of winding down in bed, just always make sure, rather than like rushing about. Now, I usually use Alexa. I don't want her to set her off. Did I set her off? No. To have my alarm, but because I can just tell her to stop, I will snooze it and go back to sleep. So I need to try something different to that. So I've decided that I'm going to use my phone, but have it like plugged in over the room. I've tried this the last 2 days, guys, and my phone didn't go off. So I'm glad I've done this in advance. So yeah, my phone's gonna be on the other side of the room with my workout clothes sat on top. So obviously I have to get out of bed to turn it off, and then I can just get changed, and then I don't go back to bed, which has been hard because, guys, the temperature has dropped so much the last couple of days. Anyway, and my alarm's going to go off at 5:20 because it just gives me that little bit of buffer. Because like I said, my whole goal to wake up at 5:30, the main thing is to get to the gym at 6 o'clock. Like making sure I get to the gym as soon as it opens, not like at past. My screen time. I've been trying this the last 2 days and I've actually really been enjoying it. So I've put blocks using Opal. I love Opal. I really recommend Opal if you want to take your screen time down. So my like distractions are Instagram and TikTok. I can only go on Instagram and TikTok between 7 and 9:30 a.m. This isn't early because what I've done in the past is I wake up and go on my phone rather than getting to the gym, which isn't good. So it just gives me a bit of time to like look on it in the morning. And then then the only other 2 slots has been 2 and 3 p.m. and 6 and 7 p.m. That means it's any time I can like there just isn't, because I don't even have my just like really limits like my doom scrolling, and I find that having those times I can go on it, it means that I'm not consistently checking it. I'll just look at it when I can. And also I find quite often me just checking my phone racks up my screen time even if I'm not opening it. So I want to keep my phone out of sight if I'm not using it, especially now that I have like WhatsApp on my iPad. And I don't have any distracting apps on my iPad. I know that like if anything's important, I'm going to be seeing it. So yeah, I think my current screen time's around 2 to 3 hours. And hopefully from doing that, like today I've been trying it, and I'm now filming on my phone, so it's probably going to rack up. But I was only at like an hour, so that was really good. Also, I want to limit my screen time because I have a goal of reading 100 books this year, and I want to make sure I'm doing that, which is obviously on my vision board. I put more books, less screens. My workouts in here, I've just put my workout split. So I'm going to be doing 5 minutes of Stairmaster as my warm-up every session. That obviously equals 20 minutes aside my run day, and then it just means my run will be about 40 minutes. It can be more, obviously, but that's like my minimum. So my workouts, I'm kind of doing like a whole load of movement at the moment that I just find fun. So I like to do Pilates. I'm trying to improve like my handstand. Actually, I want to be able to do a handstand. And like my frog pose, maybe even pull up. I did pull ups this morning and I just am miserable. Or actually, pull up training. I'm just miserable trying to do that, but yeah. Weight training still and running. And then obviously I used to do a lot of Stairmaster at the start of the year and I've not really done it much recently. So this just gets me back on the Stairmaster as well. I've not broken down my other rules. So my steps, as long as I do about an hour, I want to wear my Apple Watch more. Actually, it's Josh's Apple Watch, but I want to wear that more to actually make sure I am getting my 12k steps in. But doing an hour minimum, the days I'm at my job, because I'm on my feet, I get at least like easily 12k steps in. Is the days that I'm at home and just working for our business that they can be a little bit lower. So sometimes I might have to do a slightly longer walk then, but if I start my day by getting 8k steps in, I am most likely easily getting 12k steps in. My protein and fiber, when I come to do my meal plans every week, that's when I'm just going to be making sure the meals I plan make me tick these boxes. I eat kind of the same meals every single day, so there's not really any issues. And obviously my skincare and vitamins, there's not really anything to break down. I've got my skincare, I've got my vitamins, but we've obviously got a habit tracker. Are we surprised? No. So all of my goals are like daily habits, but yours might not be. So you might want to tweak slightly your habits from just what your rules are. If they're not like daily ones to do each day. Let's go today. I have done my 12k steps. I did wake up at 5:30. I did my, actually, I haven't done my vitamins and skincare yet. I probably haven't had dinner yet, but I will be getting around 100 grams protein, that enough fiber. My screen time should be low enough. I don't think I'm going to count my camera time because it's like cheating. I don't think so, and I make the rules, but it's not like I'm actually on my phone. And I have worked out. So obviously later on when I do my vitamins and stuff, I can take this off and I would have got 100%. So I love a habit tracker, guys. So obviously you can take them out throughout the week. Let's just like tick some ones sporadically. This habit tracker is my favorite part, because obviously we've got all the progress bars here, and then back to what you probably briefly saw a second ago, is we also have our weekly review. So each week, depending how many you've ticked, you also are going to have a weekly percentage. I love it. I'm so excited to try this out. Like, am I going to get 100%? That's part of the reason why I set the goals, to make sure I'm realistic ones, because I didn't want to affect my goal. I've like gamified this because that just works so much better for me. But we are also going to be reviewing weekly. So similar to when we opened the goal, our rules up earlier, when you open up each week, you can make your own, or I have included my own little outline. So you can write down your 3 best habits, the habit that you want to like improve on next week, any weekly habits. So for example, like I want to do 5 workouts a week. I can't track that each day, like, which is why I've tracked it. I need to tick when I work out. Any of your like weekly habits you might want to just include here. So I will want to write down my 5 workouts, or the workouts I have done, to make sure I'm hitting that hitting that rule. And then like a little reflection, because I think it's okay to change the rules. Like these might not be my rules the whole time. If I notice that one's not working, or one I need to tweak to like ease it on my, like, I don't want to say ease, that's not the right word, but because I want to have like a balanced approach with it. Or I might be like, actually, like certain rules I don't track my water, because most days I get in my water. I don't drink that much alcohol, I don't get that many takeaways, but if I notice them being bad habits, I might add that as a rule so that I can keep myself accountable. But currently I know I'm fine, like I get my like 2 to 3 litres in, but if I notice that slacking, I might want to start tracking that. Now, I have also included my rules in this template, some inspiration for you for some rules, also some inspiration for some healthy meals, And then these other ones are like my own personal pages. So I've got like my own 2025 vision board. You might want to include yours. You can just include it as a page, my want list and my deep clean list. But I have also included some monthly goals. So I want to read 9 books a month. That's so that I hit my yearly goal of 100 books a year this year. I want to make sure I'm doing my weekly review and audit. My plan is, because I want to do a winter diary, I will be doing my winter arc diaries every week, hopefully. So obviously mine starts next Monday, and I want to ideally be uploading them on a Monday. That's my thinking. And at the end of the video, I can review my week. And then maybe even at the start of the next video, I can do a quick like sum up on my previous week, seeing which ones I want to focus on. And I want to try and do my house resets on a Sunday. Okay, and finally, in my little template, is a weekly planner and a brain dump. So you can write down everything you want to get done in the week in like the brain dump, but then just split it out with like your to-dos throughout the week. I'm really proud of this template. I know I always like to build my templates to something I'm going to actually be using. So I make sure we've got our daily habits, we've got like a nice review, we've got our rules there, nice, so I'll be able to see that each morning and then be able to like plan. So everything's in here, and I think as well, when like everything's in one template, you're more likely to visit it. So I'm going to be constantly looking at my rules and stuff every day. Let's look at what the template would look like for you if you wanted it. If you want to get this template, I am going to include a link in the description, and I'm going to do a little YouTube discount. So if you want 20% off, use the code WinterArc25 at checkout, and you'll be able to get a little discount for all my YouTube watchers. So this is how like the basic template looks. So we've got a little how to use the template, which I've kind of explained in this video. And then we've got the empty rules. So all you'll have to do when you want to edit your rules is select here, and you can type them in, for example, 12K steps daily. Wake up by 7 a.m. And then I've just pre-selected these so you can see how it looks, your little progress. And then to edit these, you just want to select any and you can rename. So again, wake up by 7 a.m. Okay, steps. Now, as with any Notion, you can obviously customize quite a lot. So you can change to icons. I love the icons one. You can also change a lot of the colors as well. Now, these two at the top are my own, are like widgets. So if you wanted to change this countdown one, I use Indify? Is that how you'd say it? So you can make your own one in there, and it's really easy to embed. And then if you want to do your own collage, I use Canva, and I included are they resolutions or size on there, so you can just like tweak it to your own liking. Now let's scroll down. So like I mentioned, you're going to have your healthy meal inspiration and some rule inspiration. You can write your monthly goals here, and you've got the same weekly planner here. There are, if you press load more, you will have Saturday and Sunday as well. That is my Notion template for my winter arc, and I'm so excited, plus all my rules obviously. I'd love to know if you're going to be doing this. Please comment down some of your rules for your winter arc. I think my favourite thing about the winter arc is it's got that like same sort of vibe as like the 75 hard. But one, you can like create your own rules, which I do think is like, a lot of people are like, oh, what rules is it for the winter arc? But like you can just do them for yourself. And I think that just makes it a lot more customizable so that it works for you. Because like, I know for me, the 75 hard is not something I mean, catch me do a video about it in the future. But I like the idea of it, but I think this is what works for me, and I know I'll feel good, and it's not too, I think I love to make it clear how much I love to have a balanced approach, because that's what makes me like mentally happier. Like I'm not gonna feel my best when I'm putting too much on my plate